Hey y'all. It's been a minute since I've sat and recorded a video. Months actually. There's been a lot going on. I'm in the middle of many different transitions, and as I've mentioned in previous videos, I transition is just very hard for me. I'm trying to give myself some grace and not beat myself up for not making videos. But I just literally haven't had both the mental bandwidth and also the literal physical space because of my family being home during summer vacation and all that. So I kind of knew going into it that summers are going to be a lot slower for me YouTube wise. But I'm also in another bit of transition. So as y'all know, I've been trying to search for a job because I'd been thinking about pivoting out of doing wedding photography and just trying to figure out what the next chapter in my life is going to be. And so lo and behold, I wound up landing, it's part-time right now, but a job at a podcast studio. This is where I'm at actually. I had to come in today to fix a cable issue, and the owner is out of town. And so I came in and I had my camera with me. I brought my laptop and I was going to just fix the cable and kind of do some work. I was actually going to go through my YouTube ideas in Notion and kind of see what's relevant and what isn't anymore and kind of figure out what my next video is going to be. And I was like, I've got my camera with me. Let me just try using the mic here and setting up the camera. And the funny thing is because it's been so long since I've recorded a video, I feel like I've got that same energy inside of me, nervous kind of, I sounded like Hank Hill, but I feel like I've got that same energy of nervousness because it's been so long. And actually funny thing is, okay, it's almost been a year since I started the YouTube journey. I've got the place to myself right now, and you would think that I wouldn't feel as awkward or embarrassed or nervous. But yeah, I am. That's what I'm feeling like right now. But I told myself today, Anthony, you're filming your first video, and so that's what I'm doing. And we're just gonna start, and it's gonna be messy, it's gonna be terrible, and that's okay. That's what I'm telling myself. And one of the things that I quickly learned was that I enjoyed having the camera really close to me. And the same lens that I used for that very first video, the one I was really scared about, is actually the lens I'm using right now. So the camera is far from me and it makes me feel even more nervous. But that's on me. I didn't plan on actually making a video. It was just kind of a spur of the moment because, when you're in a routine of exercising and you're on a roll, you're doing your thing, and then you miss a day and then that day turns into months. I feel like that's what I'm doing right now, where it's okay, I'm just going to do a little bit and kind of get back into the routine. And I actually still need to get back into exercising. So that's a dual example. Anyway, so that's kind of what's been going on with me. I feel like I've been going through an additional identity crisis, because the first one was okay, if I'm gonna find a new job, what is that gonna be? And a lot of what I've been thinking about is what is long term? That was a big thing for me when I was looking for a job, was what is something that is familiar but different, like just to push me out of my comfort zone, but also interesting because of the ADHD. Like I just didn't want to like land a call center job and hate myself and just like bring that bad energy home. I just didn't want that. But I also didn't want something that was like my passion. So like getting into wedding photography, I turned that passion of photography into my job, and I didn't want that going forward. But it was just like I didn't know what it was, and it just so happened this happened, and so yeah, it's the same feelings that I have of like this is unfamiliar but also familiar, and podcasting, like video podcasting, is definitely like not anything I would imagine I would get into. It's not like a passion of mine or anything. I do enjoy podcasts, but I'm one of those people that when I find like an interview on YouTube and it's a video podcast, I'll immediately open up my podcast player on my phone and search for that episode. So that way, I don't know, I just consume podcasting better that way. Anyway, that's a different thing, but I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, so the reason that's my life update. But the reason I wanted to make this video was because I've had this idea for a few months now, and I am I'm not spontaneous, but it's more so of like when the feeling just hits me, I just got to do whatever that idea is. So if I've got a great idea in the moment, and well, it's not related to like projects, although this maybe would be a project, but so like I've tried to be better at myself of like if I've got an idea, kind of like let it simmer in the background. Usually it's just like all these like random projects that I want to do. And I have a history of starting projects and never finishing them. So I kind of feel good that I'm like a year in still making videos on YouTube. Yeah, like I've had a few months of not making anything at all. But I got to be kind to myself because it's just life things happening. And this is nothing that's like, like a life related thing where if I don't make a video, something bad happens or anything. Okay, so this idea that I have, I want to make like a video series where I interview other neurodivergent folks like you. So if that's you, there will be info in the description of how to sign up. But I want to interview other neurodivergent folks and kind of ask them like productivity related questions, things that work for them. And this isn't meant to be like how do you get things done faster or anything like that. It's just like, what works for you in your life? Okay, backstory with me, I became really into productivity years and years ago. And hindsight, looking back, it's because I was undiagnosed ADHD. And so, like when I set out to start my photography business, I was trying to find ways to not double book a wedding and not forget to charge my camera batteries and not forget to bring memory cards and not forget to back up and not forget to follow up with people. But then also just like everyday life things of like making sure I do chores and making sure I don't lose my keys and, like various little things. And now like I've got like ways to make sure I wash my clothes and, all that, make sure they're put up and just not stuck in the dryer for like a week or whatever. And so I want to kind of interview other neurodivergent folks and ask them like, hey, what kind of apps do you use? How do you have it set up? Like, how do you make sure you don't forget to go to things? I don't know. I don't have a set list of questions. I need to sit down and figure this out. I think the way I want to go about it is come up with a set of questions, but also kind of let the conversation flow. And as I'm like talking, I'm like, oh, maybe this is kind of like a video podcast. But yeah, that's pretty much my idea. And then just kind of put these videos out to share, because the main reason I wanted to start making a YouTube channel was to share the things that help me in my life. And right now I'm in like this, I have no ideas of videos to make right now. And so I thought this would be a great way to like still make videos, but also share more neurodivergent, like productivity things, for lack of a better word. But kind of just get more ideas out there, because I can only share what works for me. The way I do one thing is not going to be the same way someone else does it. And I've just become so like into kind of like learning ways ever since I found out I'm ADHD and autistic. I just got my autism diagnosis as well last week. I've been self-diagnosed for like maybe close, like 6 months, maybe something like that. No, more than that. Anyway, and so having this information is really, really helpful, because it makes me go easier on myself, and it helps me understand what works for me as well. And it's been life-changing for me to understand that like I'm not weird, I'm not broken. This is just like I'm just different. And there's other people who feel the same as me as well, who also feel different and like broken, and so I want to have more people kind of like share their own experience and ways that they just adult and get by in life. And so anyway, I thought that would be a great little series to make. Haven't fully thought it out. As I mentioned, I just kind of set the camera up and hit record today. So I'll try and like think of a bit more once I kind of like post this. In the description, I will put together a form to fill out if you're interested in being a part of this. And then from there, we'll just hop on Zoom or something like that. We'll figure that out too. Making notes for myself. And then just kind of like go from there. So yeah, if you would love to be a part of this, please reach out to me. Info is in the description. I'm going to stop right there because I don't know how long I've been rambling. And this is my third take. Yeah, it's been, I'm about to start another rambling bit, so I'm going to stop right there. Thanks for watching and for sticking around. Really appreciate it. Love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video at some point.